So I did a thing. Yep, new radio. Why did I get a new radio, you ask? Well, let me explain. I started to switch to ELRS, and so I got a module for my Tyrannus and got that in and was going to set that up. But prior to getting it in, I decided to go ahead and see if I could get HTX on my controller because that's what's needed for ELRS. And I found out that the SD card reader in my Tyrannus doesn't work. So I got Edge on there, but you can't use it because the SD card doesn't work and HTX requires you have an SD card. For whatever reason, it requires it. So no go there. So I sent that back and decided, okay, I need to get a new radio. What radio do I want to get? Oh yeah, everybody says go get the Boxer. So I go look. Boxer, not available anywhere, can't find it unless you just want to get the 4-in-1, which doesn't have ELRS. It's got every other protocol, but not ELRS. And so I could get that, and then I could buy a module to get ELRS, but that'd be another expense. And so then I'd be out way more money. So I started looking to see what other kinds of radios that there were. And I stumbled upon the Pocket. And this looked intriguing to me, mostly because of its form factor is really tiny. Now, being a pincher and a tiny controller like this, you'd think, why in the world would you do that? Well, I normally wouldn't, but I was watching a video from Stinger Swarm, and he seemed to think that this would actually work pretty well for a pincher. And I have to say, he's not wrong, except for one aspect of it. Because it's so small, the stick travel is very short. And when you are used to what the stick travel was on the Tyrannus with the gimbals that I had on there, that's taking some getting used to. I tweaked with tension. I changed the stick end. And you see I got different ones on there now. I went through like 3 or 4 ones. I tried the default ones. Those were okay. They weren't too bad. Then I tried 3D printing some longer ones, and those felt good, except that because they were longer, that made the stick travel even more pronounced, which made it even more difficult to control and felt kind of weird. And then I played with going back and forth between those and tweaking tension on the springs and all of that mess, and couldn't quite get it. And I'm still not exactly 100% convinced that I've got it where I like it, but I think that I do. So I found these stick ends here. There'll be a link down in the description for these. These are a 3D printed version of the same type of stick. Notice the little spinny spin that Evan Turner came out with 533. That was the guy's inspiration, was that. And these are pretty slick. This took a little adjusting to as well. It felt weird at first with it moving, but after flying it with this a bit, your fingers don't leave the stick. So they always stay in contact with the stick. They don't slide around. They don't do any of that kind of stuff, which is really great. The only thing that I'm going to have to adjust to is the short stick throw. Upside, I'm using all of the stick now. Downside, I'm using all of the stick now. So I've had to adjust my rates. I've dialed them back a little bit from where I had them. More than what I used to run when I ran Bubby's rates, but less than what I had been running here lately. So they're like around 564 in all the directions and a really flat curve. I'll put that on the screen here so you can see what that looks like and what the rates are. It's on KISS. You can translate it to whatever you want. But what are my thoughts on this radio? Overall, I really like this radio. It's super lightweight. I love the form factor. It fits in my bag nice. I even printed because I changed the stick ends, it's got a design if you use the default sticks that you can put the sticks, take them off and put them back in here. But of course, these don't fit that. So I just made a little gimbal protector here that pops on there. Don't tell me what this looks like. I don't want to know. I already know. Anyways, yeah, so overall, I really like the radio. I like this thing folds down and it turns so you can have, really good range without having any issues there. It's taking some getting used to with the buttons and stuff. At first, I was trying to use these buttons here. This one for arming and this one for switching to turtle mode. And what I found out was I'm really bad about accidentally touching those and disarming mid-flight. I thought I was having fail-safes, and it turned out I was actually tapping the button and causing my fail-safe. So I moved to using these for my arm and for my turtle, and I don't have any of those issues anymore, and everything's fine, and, yeah, it fits really good. When I'm flying, I can put my fingers up here and then fly, you know? And so I'm pinching, so I can show you on the screen here, pinching like this. So all that's really good. I like that really well. Um, I love the color. I like this white. My son printed these for me, and this really cool new TPU from Bamboo. Don't get me started on Bamboo, and I don't want to hear all that. I'm not going to play the drama there. But anyways, they've got some new TPU that's a little bit stiffer, works well with their AMS, and makes for really nice stick-ins. They're real durable. Um, uh, so that's great, and the feel of the thing feels excellent in the hands. Battery life is good. It uses, uh, whatever the long vaping batteries are. I don't know, 18, whatever they are. I don't know. Anyways, 2 of those, and you can charge it, and that works great. Like that a lot. Um, Took me a little getting used to navigating with the buttons because 'cause I've been using the Taranis now for, like, 10 years. These buttons are slightly different, so it took me a few minutes to figure out, all these, but overall, I like the way that it navigates. It's a little easier than the Taranis, actually. Once I adjusted to it, figured that out. So all good. I'm enjoying this radio. I'm gonna leave you guys with a little footage, and, yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with the switch here. It's turning out pretty well. It's just taking me a little adjusting to, which is why I haven't posted anything. I've been tinkering, trying to get a feel, and this flying sucks that I'm going to show you, but enjoy, if you will. And if you haven't yet, and you like the look of the video on this, and you want to get a nice super view, and you don't have a GoPro, go check out my video here. I'll put it on the little thing. You can go check that out, and I created a little app that you can take any footage and turn it into super view footage. And I will see you guys next one. Peace.